Hello, I Dr. Vinita and welcome to Physiotherapy Junoon channel. Today our topic is on posture. In this video lecture, in the end you see that you will be able to define posture, define types of posture, given the mechanism of posture and explain the pattern of postures, and you can demonstrate the principle of re-education, express the technique of re-educations. All these topics are covered in this video lecture. First, we study the posture. Posture is a position or attitude of the body, either with sport during muscular inactivity or by the mean of the coordination or coordinated actions of many muscles working to maintain stability or to form an essential basis which is being adapted constantly to the movement which is superimposed upon it. We see that the posture POSTURE, the acronym for easy or easiest reference, is the P for the pelvis in the neutral position. Here you see in this picture pelvis in the neutral position on the whole foot, stable joint, all our joints are stable, tight abdominal muscles, and the upright ribs. Here you see the upright ribs and retracted shoulders, ear over shoulder. This posture acronym define you the posture, how to maintain a normal posture. Then we proceed to the next is the posture is the position in which you hold your body while standing, sitting, lying down. Good posture involves training your body to stand, walk, sit, lie, so as to place the least strain on muscles, ligament while you are moving or performing weight bearing activities. Good posture when you are standing. The good posture is your ear holes, your chin, your thumb, your shoulder, hip, and the weight distribution is on both the feet. You will find out both the ear level, both the shoulder level, hip level, and your thumbs. Okay, the type of postures. The posture is divided into two types. One is inactive posture and another one is active posture. The active posture is further divided into the static posture and the dynamic posture. The inactive posture, attitude adapted by resting or sleeping. All essential muscles activity reduces to minimum. Used for training general relaxation. Active postures, integrated activity or action of many muscles is required to maintain active posture. It may be either static or dynamic. Then the static posture and the dynamic posture. The static posture, in this the body and its segments are aligned and maintained in a certain positions. Constant pattern of posture, like in standing or in the lying or in the sitting. Dynamic posture, the body and its segments are constantly modified. As you moving, your body constantly modifying and adjusted to meet the changing circumstances which arise as the result of movement, like in walking, running, jumping, throwing, and lifting. What are the postural mechanisms? The postural mechanism involve the muscle and your nervous control. Muscles and nervous control. Two things. The muscles, the intensity and distribution of muscle work which is required for both static and dynamic posture varies with the pattern of the posture and the physical characteristics of the individual. The group of muscles are used to maintain the erect position of the body like this by working to counteract the effect of gravity. They are known as anti-gravity muscles. These anti-gravity muscles present certain structural characteristics to perform functional with efficiency and the minimum of effort. Posture maintaining muscles contain more of the red muscles fiber which are slowly contracting and not easily fatigued. All muscles in the body are mixed of red and pale muscles. Pale, or you can say white muscles. Muscles of hand, eyes, etc. It's a white muscle fibers which are easily fatigued. Then we proceed to the next part, which is the nervous control. The posture are maintained or adapted as a result of neuromuscular coordination, the appropriate muscle being innervated by means of very complex reflex mechanism, which is called the postural reflex. An efferent response to an afferent stimulus. The afferent response in the instance is a motor one, and the anti-gravity muscles being the principal effector organs. Afferent stimuli arise from the variety of sources all over the body, full body, all over the body. The most important receptors being situated in the muscle themselves, the eye and the ear. First one is the muscle, second one is the eye, third one is the ear, and fourth one is the joint structure. The muscle, neuromuscular and the neurotendinous spindles within the muscle record changing tension. The eye, the visual sensation record any alteration in the position of the body with regard to its surroundings. The ear, stimulation of the receptors of the vestibular nervous results from the movement of fluid contained in the semicircular canal of the internal ear. Sometimes you feel that when you are moving around, after that you are not controlling your body properly or your posture because of that semicircular canal or internal ear fluid movement. Joint structure. In weight bearing position, approximation of bones stimulates receptors in joint structures and elicited the reflex reaction to maintain the position. Skin sensation also play a vital role. Sole of the feet when the body in standing position. Impulses from all these receptors are coordinated in a central nervous system. Then we proceed that the part of good posture and the pattern of the posture. There are two postures pattern which are good posture, which is the correct posture, and second one is the poor posture, which is the faulty posture. Good posture help you in the following way: keeps bone joint in the correct position, alignment so that muscles are being used properly, help cut down on the wear and tear of the joint surface such as the knee to help prevent onset of the arthritis. The good posture, when the posture fulfills the purpose for which it is used with maximum efficiency and the minimum effort, varies from individual to individual, and perfect balance one body segment over the another, minimum muscular effort pleasing to someone's eye. How we develop or development of a good posture develops quite naturally, provide essential mechanism for its maintenance. Adjustment are intact and healthy. Factors responsible for good posture are like the stable psychological background, good hygienic conditions, opportunity for plenty of natural free movements. And further we proceed that before that we see that decrease the strain on the ligament in the spine, prevent the spine from becoming fixed in abnormal position, prevent fatigue because of muscles are being used for efficiently, which allow body to use less energy, prevent backache and muscle pain. Like this is the natural pelvic position and is the good position and a good posture. In poor posture condition, here you see two examples. Here you see two examples of poor posture. A poor posture which is inefficient, fail to serve the purpose, and in it unnecessary amount of muscle effort used. Here you see excessive low back arc. It causes the muscles more effort. Like faulty alignment of body parts leading to additional muscle work. Here you see that hip muscles are working, back muscles are working, and as well as the abdominals are working. Mark increase in curve of spine which are displeasing to eye. Here you see, and reduce the efficiency of the movement. Good and faulty alignment in standing and running are vary according to the posture we are attaining. Factors responsible for good posture are like mental attitude, poor hygienic conditions, and the general disability, illness, prolonged fatigue. These are the poor posture factors. Okay, and the local factor like pain, muscular weakness, occupational stress, or sometimes there may be like faulty idea of good posture. If you have a poor biomechanics or you have pain, these are the two cycle or these are two component which complement each other. Like pain can cause poor biomechanics and poor biomechanics can cause pain. Re-education of posture, how we re-educate a person for posture. There are some principle. The cause of poor posture must be found out. Like in this you see that in office the person sitting like this is a good posture, but like this and this is a bad posture, but this is the usual habit of that person. You have to find out the correct or poor posture. Okay, cooperation of the patient, with the cooperation of the patient. Here you see the different postures. The technique of re-education. First we see the technique of re-education, how we re-educate the patient. In re-education or the two factor, one is the relaxation. The ability to relax in an important factor in re-education, as some degree of useless unnecessary tension is nearly always associated with the poor posture, like in crook lying position, prone lying position, lying, general relaxation, sitting, etc. Okay, in driving posture, like you support your back, lift your hips, don't sit too close, get the right height, lean back a little, set your headrest, use lumbar support, adjust your mirror, take breaks. Okay, like this is the good posture while you are driving a car. This is the bad postures when you are driving a car. Here you see the fatigue level, here you see the fatigue level. Okay, and your back is not fully rested. Next one is when you are sleeping, there is this is the wrong posture. Okay, you will feel pain over your neck or your thoracic spine, but this is the correct posture, and it will not giving so much effort to the muscles. Like the muscle power, free movement, harmonious muscular development have to maintain their tone and efficiency. Okay, And next one is this is the wrong posture. When you are lying down, this is the correct posture. Here we see some example, like in normal joint range of motion, if you have stiff spinal joint, they will need to be loosened to allow you achieve good posture alignments. Okay, normal muscle length, if your muscles are too tight, you won't be able to attain a normal posture. Your muscle will be need to be stretched and relaxed. Next one is the good muscle strength. Your muscle needs to be able to pull you into the correct posture. Excellent muscle endurance. Your muscles need to able to work for hours on end. Poor endurance is a major factor in habitual poor posture. Normal nerve extensibility. Your neural tissue needs enough length to allow for normal posture. Good spatial awareness. You need to know where you are in space. If you are not sure how you should feel with good posture, what hope have you got for achieving it? This is where your physiotherapists can provide you with a verbal and visual feedback. Plus, they can assist you to home with postural taping or postural brace. Perfect posture habit. The hardest part is the initial change. After that, you are merely reinforce the correct habit, which will become your normal perfect posture. And here we close our topic on the posture. I hope you learned so many things from this video, and please like, share and subscribe to the needy one, and thank you so much.